And now we come to the first of a set of episodes to involve the Three Stooges.
Sit down. I'm a victim of circumstance. Who you hitting? Oh, go. Be quiet.
No, not those. These Three Stooges. The Three Ghormeh Stooges. If you think my running gags are bad, you have not seen anything yet. Because these three are running gags. The episode where they debut is also noticeable for starting the trend of showing clips in the episode of the opening of the show. And one of the generals tossing the monster of the week out of the bag. Thankfully that latter part was short-lived. Anyway, about the Three Ghormeh Stooges, Zydos put together a low-level team of Ghormeh in hopes that they could stop the Dairangers as a team and hopefully be stronger as a group. Because if they just fought them solo, they'd probably get their ass kicked. But they're gonna get their asses kicked as a team. Oh please, I'd be more scared of a team that comprised of Wile E. Coyote, Dan Hibiki, and the burglars from Home Alone. The Stooges play our heroes in a game of soccer of all things to save Ryo's sister, Yoko. No surprise, they cheat. The team decides to transform, and now it's fair. The heroes and villains suddenly have a roll call and pose off. I've seen worse. So after losing, they decide to grow. No surprise, it takes only one mech to beat the three of them. After a sound beating, we see them bandaged up and injured. Yep, they survived, and we have not seen the last of them, sadly. A couple episodes later, we see a delinquent boy on a skateboard, stealing things, mouthing off, and showing off. Is this kid Japan's answer to Bart Simpson?
凛姉ちゃんだろ。何なの坊や。なんか用？俺、今日からお姉ちゃんの弟になるからね。弟？うん。よろしく。いや、何すんのよ。おっぱいちっちゃいな。
And if that sexual harassment wasn't bad enough, he then steals her purse and takes off. He even says yoink. My God, he is Bart Simpson. Oh, come on, if you were a boy in the early 90s, you did all that. Skateboarding, wearing headphones, listening to rap music, wearing the hats with the brims sticking up, grabbing girls' boobs. Well, okay, maybe not that last one. She chases this little thief, but he gets away with his physics-defying skateboard.
あいつめどこ行きやった
何も取られてない。どういうこと？
探し出しコテンパンにしてやる
But our heroes have to soon deal with something worse than him. The Three Ladies of Hell. Three Ghormeh sisters named after jewelry. It seems they're under control of this new pint-sized Ghormeh general named Akomaru. But we learn that he's actually a Ghormeh legacy as he meets his father, Shaddam. Akomaru is accompanied by General Tenpo, who says that they're here to stop a 6th Dairanger from being born.
This town needs an enema.
The trio thinks that a mere kid can't handle such a task, and Shaddam tells his boy not to get in his way. But Akomaru says that he doesn't work for his daddy.
父上、あなたは生まれたばかりの私を養子へ出した。私を捨てたんだ。今の私は伝法将軍の息子だ。あなたの指図は受けない。行こう。
Boy, this is gonna be awkward at the annual Ghormeh father-son picnic. Ko finds something Guhan hid in Rin's apartment after he stole her keys. Great, now we can add breaking and entering to his rap sheet. It seems someone or something is speaking to him from afar. I wonder what it could be.
姉ちゃんさ、女なんだからもうちょっと部屋の中きれいにしとけよな。自分でやったくせに。あ、許さないもんね。相手で弟にこんなことしていいのかよ。鍵を返して出てって。あ、分かったよ。いや、開けなさいよ。残念でした。
急げこう。白虎神拳のある寺へ急ぐんだ。
I was hoping I'd never have to use this clip again, especially on a kid.
Don't treat women like that!
Ko escapes and heads for the White Tiger Sword, but our heroes in the Ghormeh head for it as well. Rin has to deal with the sisters until the others arrive to help, but Ko wants to help too.
どうしたらいいんだよ。これじゃあゼリに出られないじゃないか。
Yes, I want to help the girl that I constantly steal from, mistreat, and sexually abuse. I want to help her. Oh, won't some mythical sword please aid me in this? Well, he gets his wish as the sword brings on the night. And after a stirring reenactment of the Sword in the Stone, Ko is introduced to Byakuo. Bet you couldn't guess a sword was talking to him all along, could you? Well, anyway, the item that Gohan hid in Rin's place was the Kiba Changer. And now it's time for a Six Ranger debut. Ko tests his new powers by blowing up some rocks. Hey, great! You know, whenever you get done with that, your team over there could use some help from being massacred. Byakuo, I mean Kiba Ranger, makes an epic speech that causes the Ghormeh to retreat. Boy, are our heroes in for a surprise. Get it, boy? So Ko has the powers of a Dairanger now, and what is he gonna do with them? Goof off, of course. He skateboards, he shows off, and oh look, more perverted hijinks.
I must only use this power to annoy.
Byakuo scolds Ko for misusing his powers, and he gags him. Responsibility? Doing the right thing? Helping my team? Nah, I'd rather be stealing, vandalizing, and scarring girls for life. Ha ha ha!
Is your head up your ass for the warmth?
And if this kid couldn't be more annoying, he actually moves himself into Rin's house without her consent. Someone please call the cops on this little bastard. A few months in juvie would straighten this little pisser out. Ko says to Byakuo that he did this so he could hear about the Ghormeh attacks when Rin does. Well, that's not a terrible idea, but wouldn't they be able to hear him up there? He left the door open. Akamaru instructs the sisters to find and capture a boy with a tiger tattoo on his arm. Ko, this is hardly the time or the place to reenact kung fu. Ko comes downstairs and Rin offers him a drink, saying he can stay. Am I the only one hoping she poisoned that drink? No? Just me? Fine, I guess that is a bit too harsh. Suddenly he gets a call from his mother? Actually, it's Shoji playing a trick on him. Smart girl. Personally, I still would have called the cops on his ass. But they kind of touched a nerve when they made him think his mother, who abandoned him, was back. Oh, now you're playing the pity card, Ko? Alright, I'm game. Let's go over your character development so far and see if there's anything to pity. You steal things, you break into Rin's house, moved yourself in without asking, and constantly objectify her. You also misuse your powers and never help your teammates even when you say you want to. Now you expect people to feel sorry for you? Well, I don't. Oh, your mommy left you? Well, I'm sorry, but you can't swing a dead cat in Tokusatsu without hitting a parentless character. Cry me a river, build a bridge, and get over it! Get over it! Ko runs smack into one of the sisters and she sees the tiger tattoo on his arm. We then see how he got that mark. Yee, ouch! I don't think Mom's kitty tattoo parlor is gonna take off. Our heroes show up to help and Ko finds a shady spot. Byakko chews him out and tells him to man the thighs up.
しろこう遊ぶ時だけ転身してそれでも男かよ
でも
大好きなリンをあのままにしておいていいのか
Well, she is the only woman on the team. Okay, I guess I'll do it. And Kiba Ranger comes to save the day with more sexual harassment, this time on a Ghormeh. He wins with a technique that summons not quite Guns N' Roses to blow her giant eardrums up. Isn't Prince Jr. from Kaku Ranger in this band?
イヤリング感情。
あ、小丸さん。キバレンジャーの正体はあの子。あの子です。
誰なんだ。答えろイヤリング感情。そうか。あの小僧か。似ていろキバレンジャー。
After the battle, Rin allows Ko to stay because she realizes the boys had a tough life. I mean, his mom abandoned him and everything. I guess it is kind of sad. And yes, I do admit that even I feel a modicum of pity for the little guy because, well, yeah, no kid should have to go through that, ever. But there's a catch. He has to stop grabbing her chest. So he agrees and cheers and looks up her skirt instead.
だっておっぱいじゃなければいいんだろ。あ、うわ、立ちなさい、
こいつは先が思いやられるわい
Oh, demoralizing women is fun when it's fun. Seriously, Ko, knock it off. It's not funny. It never was funny. And you don't want to grow up to be like this guy. Akamaru, after figuring out who Ko is, decides to turn him into a Ghormeh to show up his father. He plans this by having a friend of Ko's mom be a total bitch to her, which reminds Ko of what his mother did to him and builds hate up inside him. Eventually that hate will manifest and turn him into a Ghormeh. Meanwhile, on planet Red Filter, an inverted pyramid rises up. Oh no, is Apocalypse waking up? An emissary tells Shaddam and Tenpo that the Emperor wants to speak with them. This set, built entirely with Legos, little known fact. So they meet with Master Org, Emperor Ghormeh the 15th. He looks so bored. He looks like me when I had to wait through another goddamn Dino Charge hiatus. Shaddam kisses up to the boss by showing him a Fushigi? Looks like he found another mythical beast that he intends to stop the Dairangers from getting. Kiss me, you fool!
Ghormeh 15世
シャダム
はっ
しっかりね
はい
電報お前は何しに来たの
In a move that surprised no one, the plan to turn Ko evil has failed. The mom was one of the sisters all along, and she gets a Daireno slash for her troubles. Well, I suspect that's the last we'll be hearing of this Ko turning evil business. Wait, aren't we forgetting something? That's right, a sixth beast is awakening. Earthquakes begin to occur because it's cranky, I'm assuming. Then we cut to a turtle enthusiast. He meets Ko, sees Byakko talking, and runs off. Well, I'm sure we've seen the last of him. Anyway, the team uses their jewels to fully awaken this sixth mech, Wan Tiger. This Tiger Mecha will serve as Kiba Ranger's beast, and it even comes with its own Lili Ball. Well, it's time to see what Wan Tiger can do because the last sister, Lady Ring, is here. Luckily, Wan Tiger has a badass warrior form like Ryu Seo does. But Lady Ring makes it a 3-on-1 beatdown as she has the power to revive her dead sisters as ghosts. After Ko falls out of his new toy, Akamaru shows up to rub salt in the wounds.
これを見ろ
Wait a minute. Is that Commander Aya from Jetaman? No way would she have been taken that easily. Commander Aya is a badass. He then offers Ko a deal. Side with Ghormeh or she dies. Ko, being smart for once, says hell no to that. But unfortunately, Akamaru teleports the princess to another castle. And in what I can assume is only karma, Akamaru gets crushed by a rock in the ensuing battle. Awkward. That instant karma's a bitch, kid.
白丸教えて母ちゃんをどこへやったんだまだわからないのかい君の母親は君を捨てて逃げたんだそれを僕が見つけて隠しておいたんだこう君は二度と母親に会えない一生母親を探して苦しむがいい白丸白丸白丸
Man, now that I think about it, Ko's not Bart Simpson. He's becoming the Charlie Brown of Super Sentai.
Oh, good grief.
こう悲しみを乗り越えるんださあキバレンジャーに転身しろ大レンジャーは必死に戦ってるぞ
Look, kid, I'm sorry I was so mean to you back there, alright? Look, dry your eyes, Ko. It's time for some payback.
お母さんが見つかるまでお前もゴーマと戦い抜くんだ
転身キバセンター問題だ
Go get him, kid. Luckily, Ryu Seo shows up and rides Wan Tiger into battle like Battle Cat. And now for the moment all one of you have been waiting for. Time for Wan Tiger to fuse with the other 4 mythical key beasts. I gotta say, I love this finisher in Mighty Morphin Season 2, and I love it here. And so Ko was so close and yet so far from getting his mom back. Will he see her again? Time will tell. Unless you already watched the show or skipped ahead, you cheaters. Hey look, Kujaku is back.
That's good.
But she's molting, which means she's dying.
That's bad.
She tells Daigo that she must find some mystic something or other called the Holy Peacock Teardrop which can sustain her life. Apparently she's dying from, get this, Earth's pollution. Oh, not that old guilt trip again.
確かに僕たち地球を汚したりひどいことしてるかもしれない。でもみんなそんなの良くないって思ってて。
Okay, Nozomu, I think they got the point. Ah, but Gaara's back for another fight, and we see why they are enemies. Apparently, Gaara's been hiding a very noticeable scar on which she blames Kujaku for. I'm sure there's two sides to this story, but oh look, Kujaku's gone again, never mind. Well, I would go back to the main story, but oh goody, more side characters I have to talk about. Yes, unfortunately, the Stooges are back. Well, I held off this clip as long as I could, but Hal, go ahead and play it. This time they challenged the team to a baseball match.
試合終了と同時に負けた方の帽子が爆発する。
A baseball Super Sentai team surrounded by explosions? Nah, that'd never work. Well, spoiler alert, our heroes win the game, and the Ghormeh's answer to the three-man band leaves in defeat again. What is with this show? Enigmatic peacock warrior women? Annoying reoccurring villains that only play sports instead of, trying to fight? For the love of Daijujin, who do I have to kill to get an interesting character in this show?
交流館空手巌流寺館長ですね。
なんだ貴様は。貴様道場破りか。
He'll do. Utica Hirose? Oh, it has been far too long since you've graced my show with your presence, good sir. Seems this hunter-killer is named Jin Matoba, and he's out to test his skills against all fighting masters across the country. He then targets a kendo master, but who happens to drive by?
失礼ですが、お名前は？
それはこっちのセリフでしょうが。何者だお前。何の真似だ。
高くつきますよ。私の邪魔をすると。
And like many Red Senshi before him, Ryo picked a fight with the wrong guy. But before he can finish him off, he then disappears. Apparently Jin is also the goddamn Batman. Ryo wants payback, but Kaku knows it's not wise to battle Tranza. He tells Ryo that Jin is a master of dark karate, and Ryo has no chance against him. But we already knew that. When the team battles a Ghormeh who's as soft as a marshmallow and loses, Kaku says that they'll need to harden their fighting skills as they've relied too much on ki power alone up to this point. Meanwhile, Jin is paying his respects to his fallen teacher. Well, maybe he's not so bad after all. He's then visited by a girl who knows who he is and why he wears that glove on his hand. We get a flashback showing how brutal Jin's martial arts teacher was on him. Holy hell! He cut off his student's hand just to save his own life? Heihachi from Tekken would call that too extreme. And he threw his son off a cliff.
いいかアキ、あれは事故じゃなかった。
Was it?
先生がわざと仕組んだんだ。先生は俺に氷河流最後の奥義を教えようとしたんだ。非常であれ、己のことだけを考えろとな。
Okay, I'm no lawyer or anything, but I'm pretty sure you could have sued the black belt off that old bastard for not covering your lessons properly and being too brutal of a teacher. If he hadn't croaked on you, of course, but then again, you could have just taken your aggression out on other martial artists too. Whatever floats your boat, man. I mean, you're freaking Dr. Kemp. You can do whatever the hell you want. She tries to offer him some stress relief and or pity sex, but he's been set to evil and the switch is broken. Later, he finds and kills the one that got away. Meanwhile, Zydos enters the forest from Evil Dead to suck up some bad guy juice. What is he up to? Ryo shows up for a rematch with Jin, who uses his secret technique, and oh, Ryo is busted open! Jin wastes no time going after another target. Looks like he's working on a kill streak here. The girl from before, named Aki, tries to remind Jin of the good times they had together before he became a stone-cold killer. But if we've learned anything from Ratigue, a woman should never try to change the mind of a Vyram.
昔のことだ。俺は死んだんだ。この左腕と一緒にな。助けてください、先生。先生。非常であれ、ジン。心を捨てよう。
ジン。
言ったはずだ。俺に構うな。死にたくなかったらな。
Ah, now it's lifestyles of the rich and murderousness. Jin Matoba here enjoys the life of luxury after a good clean kill. Quick production note here, Jin's robot hand is actually on loan from the Victor Von Doom collection of Latveria. The team is also in a pickle as a new Ghormeh monster begins capturing them one by one. Ryo practices what Kaku said and goes through some intense training. He even... Oh, Ryo. I hardly think this is the time for bondage porn. Needless to say, Ryo is in immense pain after training with all that weighted gear he's got on, but his friends need him to be stronger.
Do
it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Sometime later, Ryo is waiting on the beach for Jin. How he knew he'd be there is anyone's guess. Ryo reveals and then breaks the weighted springs off his body. Guess what they say is true. No pain, no gain. Jin tries the Wind Fist of the Evil God attack. Man, that sounds cool. But the now stronger Ryo matches him blow for blow. Aki runs up and begs Jin to stop this.
Our hero, a big stinky cheater.
Ryo gives him a punch worthy of Kenshiro, and oh my god, Ric Flair didn't bleed this much! Luckily, Ryo's fight was 10 feet away from where his friends were, and where the Ghormeh was attacking, so now he can show off his new trick.
星秘技流星閃光とは、一呼吸の間に数百発の月をただいっぺんに打ち込む必殺技である。大丈夫かみんな。
Jin climbs out of the drink after losing, and you'll never guess who shows up.
お前の剣が破れたのではない。お前の心の甘さが一瞬の隙を生んだのだ。お前は非常になりきれてない。心を捨てろ。そして負けんしとなるのだ。
Yeah, who needs friends or loved ones when you got a stranger who offers you a Faustian deal to make you stronger to beat up a guy you just met and barely know? I mean, that's just crazy. Loved ones, please. Aki runs up and hugs Jin, pleading for him to stop.
Jin! もう戦わないで、ジン。お願い。帰ってきて、私のところに。ジン。
Well, one shot to the baby maker later, and Jin kills the last thing keeping him human. And Zydos bestows the power of evil spirits to him. Jin Matoba then becomes a reject from an Atari Jaguar fighting game. Well, his official name is now Demon Fist Master Jin. Zydos tries to command his new recruit, but if you know Tranza, you know no one tells him what to do.
俺の手足となって戦うのだ。うわ貴様、うせろ。何者も俺に命令することはできん。
And my hair is perfect.